Hello, everybody. It is Hannah the Bianca Gantz, your career strategist. So, listen, everybody, all of my champions, I just wanted to say happy Wednesday. And instead of us doing a live teleconference call, I decided to do a video per request of many of you. All right, so I always get started with a few housekeeping. So first thing is that I've really been enjoying having our sessions, our career strategy sessions, and I know that many of you have already started to receive some aha moments. We are already discussing your career path. So I am just extremely excited about it. So if you have not done any of the assignments, this is your time to do so, because next week is our final week of content. Yes. The following week is when I'm going to be scheduling. I'm going to try to do something live with you all, so we can either all get together or just kind of have a live one-on-one session to answer any of the last minute questions that you might have, and to kind of really go in and dig deep with your career action plan, which is the last thing that you will receive. Sorry, I'm outside and these bugs are just everywhere, guys. So I just wanted to say that it's just been really exciting, and you all know how to schedule calls with me, and as many of you have been doing, feel free to email me if there's some dates and times that work best for you. As you know, I'm flexible. I'll work it out. So that's the general housekeeping, but I can't believe we're almost over. I've been having such a good time with you all. All right, so today, as I mentioned, we are in the last weeks where we'll be discussing our tangible things for our career. So today I'm going to talk to you all about your career brand, as promised, okay? Your career brand. So now that most of you have the career path that you want to the career path, and you kind of know the direction in which you're going to be going to. I'm so sorry, I keep doing that with these bugs, y'all. But now that we've kind of discussed that, I want you all to start thinking about your career brand and how you can prepare to transition into that career field, because most of you will be transitioning. So one of those ways, obviously, is your resume. So you want to make sure that your resume is functional in nature. If you want me to review your resume, you send it to me ASAP, okay? ASAP. But before you do, I want you all to make sure that you pay attention to these tips that I'm about to give you for your resume, especially when you're transitioning into another career field. One of the first things is ensure that your address is not necessarily listed on your resume, okay? Your address, your city and state. If you don't mind your city and state being there, you can keep it there. But I have known some recruiters and HR professionals using addresses to discriminate, just to kind of look up the area to see, what the ethnicity is in that particular zip code. So if this is a concern for you, just list your city and your state and not your zip code. Okay, makes sense. Secondly, I'll make sure that your email address is professional. I know that most of you all are professional. You have a professional email address, but just know if you have anything like a Yahoo or a Hotmail or an AOL, you want to make sure that you change that to a more up-to-date email address. Believe it or not, recruiters are discriminating against individuals based off of their email addresses, because it is known that your Yahoos are people that are in a different age bracket, just like AOL. You're in a more different age bracket, and just like Hotmail.com. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And I know it's weird, but trust me, it definitely does happen. Woo! The wind is out here and everything, guys. All right, second thing I want to make sure that we do for our career brand, for the resume, is to ensure that you don't put any dates for the dates that you graduated high school or college. Do not put any dates that you graduated for high school or college. No dates, okay? Again, I'm trying to avoid and limit discrimination at all costs. In addition to that, ensure that you are reviewing your resume to make sure that all of your formatting is in alignment. Make sure that if things are to the right of your resume, that all of the dates are to the right, that they're all lined up appropriately. And if you're using month and year, make sure that all of your dates are month and year, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? In addition to that, if there are any volunteer experiences that you've done that you may not have even gotten paid for that are relating to what you are pursuing, meaning your new career path that we have discussed. I want you all to put that information on your resume as if it was a job that you were paid for. Okay? So I want you to add that volunteer experience, but don't add it under volunteer experience. I want you to add it as a regular job. If you have any questions, make sure you just go ahead and email me. I'll tell you the method to my madness when we speak next, okay? Second thing is, if you are transitioning into a professional field, which all of you are, you want to make sure that you are on LinkedIn and that you have a presence on LinkedIn, that your LinkedIn is up to date. You also want to ensure that the associations and groups that you subscribe to are affiliated with the career that you want to go to. So, for example, those of you, let's say you wanted to transition and be a mechanic, you want to subscribe to those organizations and associations that have a group catered towards mechanics, right? So you want to make sure you go and kind of do an audit of your LinkedIn just to ensure that it's in alignment. Again, what am I talking about? Your career brand. You want to make sure that you are preparing yourself for the next career that you say you want to go into. So that's LinkedIn. The third thing I want to make sure that you all know is to ensure that you're, start getting your cover letter together, start getting some organizations that you're interested in. Just start getting a list of those things together because during our next session, we're going to be talking about who do we know at the places that you want to work. Okay, and let's try to figure out how we can transition into those environments. Hopefully that makes sense. All of that is what is included in your career brand. And when we discuss, we'll also talk about your career image. We'll talk about how you are your brand. I think I mentioned this before. Your personal brand is what people say about you when you leave the room. Well, it's the same thing with your career brand. Your career brand speaks volumes even when you leave the room. If you're professional, if you have work ethics, even if you don't have the technical skills that you have, I find that when people are more personable, people are a little bit more willing to get around it because they know that the person knows their stuff. So that is what our message is on today about career branding. And so again, that resume, make sure you take care of that personal information. Comb through those dates that you have. Make sure that there's nothing discriminatory there, especially with your city and your state, your LinkedIn profile. And that is it for now. But I'm telling you, I can't believe it's almost over. But it is. So listen, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I will be sure to email you back. And if there are some dates that you're interested in that does not work with my current calendar, feel free to reach out to me and I will see what I can do. Until next time, champions, see you at the top, and don't forget to what? Command your day.